Hello, my name is Gabriela Hernandez and this video is for listening and speaking for. The topic of this video is sleep deprivation. Where sleep disorders not only affect to adult people, it affects it too to the youngest. The children nowadays stay up late watching movies or playing games, which is not good for them. I recently read about the growth hormone, which is the hormone that is released into the body but when the children are asleep. And for this to happen, they have to be in deep sleep before midnight. So as a mother, now I'm very concerned about the time my daughter goes to bed, because the hours of sleep are as important as the time they go to bed. They should go to bed early in the night. I mean 8 o'clock as much as possible. In another thing, teenagers, they are always sleep deprived. Maybe they have some homework or they are stressed, because being a teenager is stressful, but the most of times they want to be awake. They like to stay up late in the night. I can talk from my own experience. When I used to be a teenager, I like to stay up late. I used to chat with friends until 11 or 12 in the night, and it was fashionable for me. While staying up late in the night is kind of a must in teenagers. Well, besides illnesses or worries or stress, sleep deprivation most of the times is caused by bad sleeping habits. I mean, you think that sleep is not important, or in order to sleep you just have to go to the bed. It is not true. There are many tips or many things you have to do in order to have a good sleep, because it is important to have a good sleep. It's not only about resting. Sleeping is about having a good treatment to your body. When you go to bed and sleep, included some memory processes happen, and all of these only happen if you have enough hours of sleep and a good quality of sleep. So here's some tips to have a good quality of sleep. The first one is kind of easy. Is going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. It includes vacation or a holiday. You have to stay up until the same time and waking up at the same time every day, so the body gets this routine and it can fix all the other functions into the body in order to have healthy body and a healthy sleep. Another one is it's very important, is keeping away from the bed or the bedroom all of this television, cell phones, games, all of technological things that could catch our attention. We have to lift all of those things away of the bed, and turn off all the lights, because artificial light is hindering us from having a good sleep. Another thing is to create a routine before going to bed. Some basic 2 or 3 things you can choose what to do. I mean, for example, before going to bed, you usually brush your teeth or take a shower or drink a tea. You have to choose 2 or 3 things you are going to do every day before you are going to bed. right before you're going to bed. So your brain gets trained about, well, I do these couple of things because I'm going to sleep. And you go to bed and you fall asleep as soon as possible, which is another important thing, because you could go to bed but not sleep still. So you have to do things that helps your brain to understand it is time to fall asleep. All of these things are very important. Another tip is, now that is kind of a fashion, exercising and keep your body fit. It is good to exercise, but you mustn't exercise right before going to bed, because exercise release a lot of hormones, adrenaline, and full of energy into your body, and with all that energy you couldn't sleep well. You need to be awake doing things to release all the energy that exercise gave to you. So if you exercise, you shouldn't do it right before going to bed. All of these things are very important in our lives. Speaking about the girl, well, I interviewed 4 people, and the girl I interviewed told me that when she was at university, she had a scholarship and she also had a part-time job. So in order to keep her scholarship, she had to get good grades. So she used to study until 1 or 2 in the morning every day during all the university, because she needed the money from his part-time job, and also she needed the money from her scholarship. And I can see it is kind of hard to be a student when you are on your own. She didn't have help from her parents to study, and she told me that the next day in classes she used to be in a bad mood. She used to start eating bad or just junk food, and she even started to smoke because she needed a way to make up all the lack of sleep. So in these cases we can't do anything. Of course, we cannot say, well, stop working or stop studying, but to make up all the damage of this lack of sleep, we can do another things as exercising or also eating well. But we have to do something to help our body to stay in a good health and to be happy. We have to do the things we have to do. But the most times you can, try to do not sacrifice your hours of sleep.